Good morning. This is Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It is National Drummers Day today. And you are hearing Rush right now, who had a very, very good drummer. Now, I'm hoping Facebook won't mute this because it's not quite music yet, but it is drumming.
I think we're okay because we're talking over it.
I hope so. Neil Peart, drum solo for Rush. This was recorded in Frankfurt, Germany. Now, there's an interesting fact about drummers. Studies show that a lot of drummers are genius. Their brains tend to be wired differently, giving them enhanced problem-solving abilities, an entirely different way of looking at the world. Did not know that. The first drums were made from clay pots and alligator skins around 5000 BC. The first wooden drumsticks were invented in the 14th century. And by the way, humans aren't the only one who use drums. Monkeys will drum on objects to show dominance. And some rodents also express communication by drumming their paws on the ground.
Oh, really? All right.
Also, politicians do a lot of drumming, but in a different way. Neil Peart from Rush, one of the best drummers around, on National Drummer Day. So how's it going? What's up? You look a little concerned today. What's the problem, dude?
I do? No, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. Looking forward to later today. It's pretty exciting when you get a team from the area who has made it into the state football semifinals. So we're going to be in Sumner for you later today and cover SEM against Garden County. It'll be the six-man football state semifinals, with the winner moving on to play for the six-man championship next Friday in Kearney. So we look forward to that. Kickoff will be at 5 o'clock.
No, I'm talking personally. I understand you're a sports guy. You're thinking sports all the time. But, you mentioned the other day you got a text or something. You seem a little out of sorts since that time. What's the problem, dude?
I received a text message that kind of caused a little bit of alarm. Mainly because it was a text message that kind of, it brought up the possibility of litigation. Oh. And that always makes you nervous when someone's contacting you and it kind of saying, hey, you know what, you might get sued.
That is a concern.
And actually, this could involve you, to be really honest with you.
What it's about?
Okay, well, earlier in the week, you announced that they would be revealing the sexiest man alive for 2024. And so this was before they announced that. I believe it was John Krasinski who actually was revealed as the sexiest man alive. Played on The Office. Yeah. Played Jack Ryan in those TV shows. But when you brought it up, you made mention that the sexiest man alive was actually between yours truly, Ed Schaaf, and Mike Borders.
That's what I read on a blog on the internet.
That's what you said. So I had to reach out to Mr. Schaaf this week because, of course, wrestling season is right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
And I think years ago, started the Broken Bow Wrestling Report that we air on Wednesdays during the wrestling season. And so I was reaching out to Ed to see if he would like to do that again this season. And he said, yes, absolutely. So we'll be having that for you later in the year. But then after he responded to that, he says, on another note, don't be surprised if Borders Law Office is not filing a motion to protest the results of this Sexiest Man contest.
What?
So I don't know what that means.
Boy, we're in double trouble then because I got some, well, it was on the internet again, but some communication back and forth, and one of the people that were communicating in this conversation that I saw, I think it was on Z. It's a new, like formerly Twitter, there was X, now there's a Z.
Formerly Skitter, now
Skitter.
Z.
Yeah. And a lot of people are leaving X now for I think it's called Blue Sky or something, but this is Z.
I see.
This is Z.
Okay.
And there was a conversation going on. I saw it. And you say we may be seeing some litigation from...
Well, I don't know. It just says that would be protesting the results of the Sexiest Man contest. I think what got it started was when I reached out to Ed, I began by congratulating him on being on his runner-up finish to me.
I see.
As the sexiest man alive.
Well,
and then I did put in here, but at least Bernie had you ahead of Borders. So.
Oh, thanks a lot. Well, we don't typically have a regular lawyer here at KCNI KBBN, and I think that's probably unusual for radio stations because a lot of them have lawyers for like being sued for saying something, on the air and breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And during this conversation I saw on Z, I believe Stuart Fox was considering litigation against yours truly and or KCNI KBBN for calling him breezy.
You did do that. Yes.
It just slipped out.
Yeah. And on World Kindness Day,
World Kindness Day.
Yeah, the day was being all kind,
Yeah.
and then you just couldn't help yourself, could you?
Well, I looked out there, and Stuart was waiting to come in to the studio, and he was standing there, and I know that Kristen has the radio on out there in the lobby area, and I just thought it'd be kind of funny because it related to the weather about it being breezy, and I just off the top of my head, I didn't even think about it. I said, and speaking of breezy, Stuart Fox will be in, and I think I made another comment, probably trying to cover my tracks, but it didn't work very well.
That happens.
During the interview about Stuart Fox being breezy.
Yep.
And I believe there might be some litigation problems on the way there. So we have a double litigation.
We've had a good week.
Yeah, we sure have. So to be continued, but to see what happens here.
Yeah.
I never meant, I didn't plan, I didn't think about calling Stuart Fox breezy because he really isn't all that breezy. I mean, he speaks well and gets to the point, and he was highlighting all the great movies that they're going to have during the holiday season at Fox Theater here in Broken Bow. Write that down if you would. I'd like to send him a bill on that.
Oh, yes. All right. Fox Theater, one live read.
Because I'm looking at it this way. If he's going to sue us and try to get money out of us for calling him breezy, we're going to get some more advertising out of him. That's the way that works.
That's all right. That's right. That's the way we roll. And then I'll be honest, aside from this, there was something that happened yesterday.
What?
That was kind of bothersome. Well, you're rubbing off on Shipe.
Really?
Yeah. I was struggling yesterday. I couldn't give away a turkey.
Because
I just couldn't. No, we just couldn't. You know how you get. You guess, and we just weren't getting a winner.
Yeah.
And Shipe came in and told me I could not leave until I gave away a turkey. And I'm like, that's something Dave would do. even if you have to stay late, guess what? You're staying here until you give away a turkey.
Well, hey, I heard him giving a turkey away during the 5 o'clock news last night.
Did you really? Did he?
Well, it was about 5 after 5, I think.
Was it? Oh, man.
Yeah.
But no, we kind of had fun with that yesterday. Yeah. I was struggling. And so, Jeremy came in and said, you're not leaving until you give away a turkey. And thank you, Rex Sponel. Rex called in and was finally able to win at about 10-4, which meant I was able to go home on time.
Thanks, Rex.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Well, I'm so glad that I'm rubbing off on Jeremy. It makes me feel proud. And every once in a while, ladies and gentlemen,
matches to tonight's Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight.
that was on my list to talk about, so I'm glad you brought that up. I've been reading that there could be a train wreck here because Mike Tyson at age 58 has taken this very seriously, and his workout program, I actually saw some video of it. Mm-hmm. He is punching the bag. He is lifting weights. He's going to come out, and I realize if it lasts more than maybe 2 or 3 rounds, it's probably not in his favor. But he is jacked up for this thing, and he's still a menace. I mean, he's still a menace. So
he can still throw a punch, I believe.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that much about his opponent. Do you?
Well, yeah, not too much. I mean, Jake Paul, he kind of started off as kind of a social media star.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I mean, I think he's taking it very seriously too. Now, obviously, he's not been in the ring as much as Mike Tyson has over the years. I think this is his 11th fight or 10th fight or something like that. But I mean, I think he too is taking it seriously and has been training hard. So who knows what's going to happen tonight? But I'm not going to lie. When we get back from the football game, I'm tuning it in, man. I can't wait to watch the fight.
Well, can we watch it?
It's on Netflix.
If
you have Netflix, you can watch it. Yeah.
And it'll be on about 9, 10 o'clock probably.
Yeah, I believe that the broadcast starts at 7 Central Time.
But they have fights ahead of it.
Yes, I believe that there are several fights before the main event. So.
Well, I would just say this. Maybe it'd be a good idea for Jake Paul to wear ear covers. Case Tyson gets frustrated and tries to bite his ear off. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you never know.
But I've not seen the workout program for Paul. But Tyson at 58, he's all, I think there's been a little, I think it started out kind of as let's make some money together, little trash talk going back and forth, and maybe got a little out of hand, and so he really accelerated his training program. 58, I mean, wow, I can't imagine how sore you'd be for weeks after you got into a prize fight, but he's been working out. And Jake Paul, it's only 11 fights. Well, that does not compare to the amount of fights that Tyson was in since he was a little boy. So what? As
far as the age difference, what 30 years? I think.
Is it? It doesn't say here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about 30 years difference.
They were actually supposed to have this happen in July, but Tyson's ulcer flared up and he couldn't train. So evidently he's got that under control. Now he's been pounding on the bag since that got better.
And it's at like Jerry Jones Stadium, right? AT&T Stadium, I think.
Let me look here. You know more about it than I do. And again, this isn't a complete article. This is a little bit of a teaser, so it doesn't really say. But I didn't realize it was on Netflix. So
yep.
I don't know if I can stay up that late. Might be worth it. It might be very short.
It could be. Who knows? You never know what it might turn out to be.
Well, with his punching power, he could end it in a round or two. The longer it goes, you would think it would be in the favor of the younger man, but we'll see. School lunch menus, beginning with the Prairie Pioneer Center today. They're having chili, cottage cheese, cornbread, and fruit. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you're coming.
All right, Thetford School. As we go to the school lunch menus, it looks like tacos today at Thetford.
Sargent today, hot ham and cheese, chips, baked beans, fruit cup, and milk.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. Cozad today, chicken tenders with garlic toast, meatball sub, and a pizza bar at Cozad today.
Litchfield, pizza, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Broken Bow today looks like, Denver omelet bowl.
Ooh.
Also pepperoni pizza, fresh baked zesty combo sub, and the grill station combo at Broken Bow today, cheeseburger basket.
Arcadia Schools featuring popcorn chicken today.
And Somomyrna today, also a Denver omelet bowl, Pizza Hut pizza, and fresh baked zesty combo sub on the menu today for Ann Somomyrna.
Ansley, hot dogs, mac and cheese.
At Arnold today, Crispitos on the lunch menu at Arnold.
Let's do it together on three.
What?
1, 2, 3. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Callaway Schools today, walking tacos.
Gothenburg today, Denver omelet bowl, Pizza Hut pizza, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, and a nacho snackable on the menu at Gothenburg.
Loop City Schools, deli wrap, or queso blanco chicken on flatbread.
At SEM today, pizza burger on the lunch menu at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
That's your school lunch menus. Now, I have an idea.
Okay.
We have 2 ways you can win trivia this morning.
Oh.
You can answer the question, or you can come on the air and go, 2, 3. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
All right.
Whichever you want to do.
Okay. Well, the topic for the questions here for the next few days is music.
Yes.
So there you go. What we're doing is we're listing a popular song, and then you tell us which decade it came from.
All right.
So here's your question for today. In which pop era did the track Heartbreak Hotel first hit the charts? Was it in the 1970s, the 1950s, the 1960s, or the 1980s? In which pop era did the track Heartbreak Hotel first hit the charts? Was it in the 1970s, the 1950s, the 1960s, or the 1980s? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
The Breakfast Show
Don't know what I do without them. They're awesome.
on KCNI KBBN.
Just like technology and all of this talk about AI, the world of construction and home design is always evolving too. At Ansley Lumber and Supply, they are committed to having the very latest in materials as well as the tools you need to tackle the job. Wanting to get in on the barn-dominium craze? Well, Ansley Lumber and Supply has everything from the plans and framing to the windows, insulation, and shingle material you need. If your project is a little smaller than building a new home, they have what you need for those too. Ansley Lumber and Supply. Visit them on Main Street in Ansley.
Poinsettia time is almost here, which means now is the time to order yours with The Secret Garden. Proceeds go to the Anselmo Myrna PTO. Head to The Secret Garden and tackle your Christmas shopping. Amaryllis bulbs have arrived along with new winter decor. They are open every Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and every Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. Proverbs 13 verse 20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
And we have Sammy on the line. Good morning, Sammy. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Good to hear it. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, in which pop era did the track Heartbreak Hotel first hit the charts? Was it in the 1970s, the 1950s, the 1960s, or the 1980s?
I'm going to say the 60s.
No, a little bit earlier than that. So was
Sammy,
it?
Sammy,
wait a minute.
We have a default for you. You didn't get the answer correct, but can you work with us on breaking the law?
I'll say the 50s then.
Yes, yes, you got it. It was the 50s.
Oh,
yes, you got
Sammy.
it. You got it, Sammy.
Would you like to do breaking the law with us before you close
Yeah,
here?
you want to sing with us?
I'm not a good singer.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Neither are we.
Hey, because you've been such a great sport here this morning and you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut here in Broken Bow. So when you can, come on out and see us and we'll have your certificate ready for you.
Okay, thank
Thanks,
you.
Sammy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
7:53 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You're waking up with The Breakfast Show. KCNI KBBN Radio.
I love it.
Are you afraid of falling? Team Physical Therapy can help. 872-5111. Good balance is essential for a healthy, active life. Team Physical Therapy is here to help you stay healthy, improve your balance, and keep you active. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapist will design a personalized plan for you to help you improve your stability, decrease risk of falling, and get you back to doing what you love. Don't let that balance issue keep you at home, or if it does, we can come to you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111.
Power Solutions of Broken Bow, Nebraska is proud to be your local diesel mechanic shop and Vermeer dealer for Custer County and the surrounding area. With a variety of parts available, forage equipment on hand, and diesel engine repairs and parts available, they are there to help keep your diesel engines as well as your ag and hay operations running smoothly. Stop out and see them 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2 or give them a call, 308-872-5522.
It is 7:54. You're listening to KCNI KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Saturday, we have the Husker football game on KBBN. What time does that 3 o'clock kickoff? Pregame 1 o'clock, I think, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
The Nebraska-USC game kicks off just after 3.
Perfect. Perfect, because then afterwards you can take in the Anselmo Volunteer Fire Department's annual soup and pie supper, and that'll start at 6 o'clock. So it should be over, and of course they'll go longer than 6 o'clock, so drop by the soup supper, pie supper, with a variety of soups and pies available for a free will donation at the Anselmo Fire Hall. All the proceeds go to benefit the Anselmo Volunteer Fire Department. And as we mentioned this yesterday, it seems like in the last few years, the sandhills and the prairies have been really, having a lot of different prairie fires and grass fires and so forth, and even structure fires. So they do a lot of really great things, saving lives, saving property. So drop by for that free will donation, soup and pie supper, starting at 6 o'clock Saturday at the Anselmo Fire Hall.
The Wild Rose Gallery in Broken Bow has been doing some great things, and they have another special session coming up later this month. They're going to teach you how to make something small to give as a gift or use as a stocking stuffer or hang on your tree. Come join them for the miniature painting class on Saturday, November 23rd from 9 to noon, and paint a masterpiece that fits in the palm of your hand. Contact 872-2632 to register. You don't want to miss it. And then later in the month, actually the following day, they invite you back to their holiday open house on Sunday, November 24th. That'll be from 1 until 3 in the afternoon. Escape the holiday crazies to a place of peace and calm at Wild Rose Gallery. While you're there visiting, make sure you check out the other beautiful, inexpensive items that they have that would make great gifts this holiday season. It's all happening at the Wild Rose Gallery in Broken Bow. Again, their miniature painting class coming up on Saturday the 23rd from 9 to noon. Call 872-2632 to get registered for that. And then their holiday open house will be held Sunday afternoon, November 24th from 1 until 3.
Another little law song for you.
Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Many in the medical community are worried about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Trump's choice for health secretary. CBS's Dr. John LaPook.
The consensus is they're angry. They're very concerned that RFK Jr. simply does not have the scientific background to do this job properly.
There are also concerns about Mr. Trump's pick for defense secretary. CBS's Wendy Gillette.
Fox News host and Trump's pick for defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, was investigated for alleged sexual assault in 2017, according to the city of Monterey, California.
No charges were filed. A trial set to begin today for the man accused of murdering a Georgia nursing student. The suspect was in the country illegally. University of Georgia law professor Ron Carlson.
I anticipate we will see an O.J. Simpson type defense. That is, the defense will challenge the reliability of fingerprint evidence and DNA.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Attention, if you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KNOP, troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol arrested a man following a deadly crash in western Nebraska. NSP said the crash happened on Highway 385 near mile marker 93 on Tuesday afternoon. Investigators determined that a Chevrolet Express delivery van traveling southbound on Highway 385 failed to slow down for a stopped southbound Ford F-150 waiting for cattle to cross the road. According to NSP, the van driver tried to change lanes but struck the pickup. The driver of the Ford, identified as 65-year-old Kim Wills of Alliance, was given CPR at the scene and taken to Morrill County Community Hospital where she was pronounced dead. The van's driver, 21-year-old Daniel Floors of Mitchell, was arrested for motor vehicle homicide and careless driving. He was booked into the Morrill County Jail. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Philadelphia Eagles are now 8-2 this NFL season after coming back to beat Washington 26-18. Eagles have won 6 straight. Saquon Barkley with 2 touchdown runs in the fourth quarter and 146 yards rushing. Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker will reportedly miss 3 to 4 weeks. He'll have a procedure on his left knee. Bills wide receiver Amari Cooper with his wrist injury was limited at practice Thursday. He's optimistic he'll be playing Sunday against the Chiefs. And NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says an increase to 16 international games per year will be tied to an 18-game schedule per team within 5 years, he hopes. In the NBA, just one contest. Utah beat Dallas 115-113. For the Mavs, Kyrie Irving was out with a shoulder injury. In the NHL, Winnipeg was 15-1, but was beaten by Tampa Bay 4-1. And U.S. men's soccer won its Nations League quarterfinal opener 1-0 at Jamaica.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 60 today, under partly cloudy skies. Southeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, 39. High temperatures reach up to 62. Tomorrow, mainly sunny. Cooler Sunday and Monday with highs from the mid-40s to the mid-50s. Rain showers likely Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
It's 8:03. Let's go outside with Jack. Happy Jack. What's the weather like out there?
Very, very chilly. Definitely frost along the ground. Currently 23 degrees outside, sunny skies, light winds out of the northeast is what they're showing, but I don't really see any breeze or any trees moving. Barometric pressure at 29.98, humidity at 91%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 99 hundredths. High yesterday 68, overnight low 22. Sunrise today was at 7:27. Sunset today is set for 5:19. With that being said, Happy Jack Simpson going back inside to warm up. Back to you, Dave.
All right, thank you very much, Happy Jack. Appreciate that very much. Jack is going outside for us every morning at 8 if you want to get the real conditions. We have it for you here on The Breakfast Show. This song from Mark Kelly, Farm. Thinking maybe this song might fit our theme this morning. And it comes your way from John Mellencamp. It's called The Authority Song.
life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn,
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
809, Edward Jones, you just heard about their services.
Mm-hmm.
They are being remodeled right now. They started on Wednesday, I believe it was, Brent, and they're going to revamp things and kind of resituate their offices a little bit. And again, I don't know if this is going to get us in trouble or not, but I did read on internet, on a social page of some kind, that they're putting in a hot tub, a sauna, and a wet bar.
Wow.
Yeah. Yesterday I read, in the evening, I was just scrolling through there, and I understand they're going to put in a pickleball court.
Oh, my. Wow.
So not only will you be able to go in and get your finances set up, you can, with permission, use their sauna.
Yeah. Relieve stress.
Relieve stress, play a little pickleball, get a little workout in. And that's according to internet now. I'm not, I'm only repeating what I read on a blog. But pickleball would be nice. You go in and, you could play a friendly game of pickleball back and forth and say, hey, Janet, what should I do here? What should I do there?
How long do you, when it comes to athletic competition, you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
You have a friendly game of pickleball. How long do you think you can keep it friendly until the competitive nature starts to take over? And the next thing you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to win. And then the person you're playing is thinking, I'm going to win. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in college, we'd get a group of guys together. Let's go play a game of basketball. Yeah, that'll be fun. So you go and, it starts off really friendly, and you're just having fun. And then all of a sudden, as you continue to play, next thing you know, here come the competitive juices. And the next thing you know, it's like, that's a foul. I didn't touch you. That wasn't a foul. And all of a sudden, it starts to get a little bit more intense. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then there's also the situations like with pickleball, and I can just give you a little sound bite here, an example of, let's just say I would go to Edward Jones to play a game of pickleball.
Okay.
Once they're remodeled, according to the social media. And I took my wife, Joan, and we said, well, hey, let's play a friendly game of pickleball while we're here. We're waiting to get in to see the experts on financial situations. And this would be the first sound and the first moment that it became exactly what you're talking about.
After the very first serve, then it becomes competitive.
Here, honey, you serve. And then it would go downhill from there.
Yep, I know.
I hope we're not getting in legal trouble this morning because of breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
But, write down an extra charge on Edward Jones, would you?
Yeah, we did go a little long on that.
We went a little long on
we?
that, so
All
we're
right.
going to have to charge Janet and the girls a little extra for that. What a great sound. Cody Jinks, Outlaws and Mustangs on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Cody Jinks on KCNI, KBBN. Well, again, Edward Jones, I think I failed to give the phone number, so we're going to have to mention Edward Jones again, and unfortunately, we're going to have to send him 3 separate bills. But anyway, they are remodeling, and they just want you to know that they'll keep us informed as to progress. We all know when we remodel, it's unknown territory how long it's going to take, but they are closed. The door is closed. They're working on the building inside, but that doesn't mean that they're not doing business, because all I have to do is call this number, 872-6849. And that's the same phone number you've always called at Edward Jones to do business. And one of the experts will pick up the phone and talk to you and get you to where you want to go. 872-6849 is the number to call at Edward Jones, and we'll keep you updated on the pickleball court, sauna, hot tub, and wet bar.
Hey, here's a job opportunity for you. This is through Rain Dance Repair with Rich Runlet. Rich is looking for a general laborer to work with him in pivot and grain bin repair. Now, you must have a driver's license, preferably with a good driving record. It's a full-time position, starting wage $20 an hour. Overtime will be paid over 40 hours. There's no overnight travel required, but you will be working Saturdays during the busier seasonal times, which is kind of April through September. But right now it's Monday through Friday, 7 holidays a year with 1 day of vacation accrued every month. If you're interested and would like more details, contact Rich at this number, 308-870-4455. That's 870-4455. Or you can email raindancer55 at msn.com.
8:18. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we're going to talk Brewbakers and Arnold. Stay tuned.
The music to get your day started right.
I listen every morning.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI, KBBN.
Red Hot Buys are at your local RTA's Hardware in Broken Bow. Browse a selection of Milwaukee M12 or M18 power tools and batteries for just $99 each, including a brushed drill and impact driver kit, cutoff and angle grinder, sawzall, and more. Buy a Blackstone 2-burner outdoor griddle on sale for $249.99. And a 30-quart aluminum turkey fryer kit is just $159.99. Smoky Woods 20-pound pellets are 2 for $25. Select Craftsman bit sets, saw blades, staplers, and storage containers are only $9.99. Wrap it in red. Shop your local RTA's Hardware in Broken Bow.
It takes hard work and determination to build a winning team. It also takes hard work to finish the laundry list of projects around your home. Refresh your space by completing that list with the help of a HELOC from Bruning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home or your dream home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at bruningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow is hosting several flu shot clinics in the upcoming weeks. No appointment is necessary. Bring your insurance card if you have one. Clinics are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on each day. This upcoming Tuesday, the 19th, is your next opportunity to attend a flu shot clinic at Barney Pharmacy. If you miss it, Friday the 22nd is another option. Flu shot clinics at Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow, helping to keep everyone healthy.
8:20 your time. Brewbakers. Yes, this is a big day. Today, November 15th, Friday, from 8 until 5. And tomorrow, Saturday, the 16th, from 9 until 3. Brewbakers Coffee House and Gifts will have their annual tasting and holiday open house. They'll have door prize drawings, 25% off merchandise, and a free gift with every purchase. So be sure and stop by today and tomorrow at Brewbakers in Arnold. And if you're listening from away from Arnold, take a drive. It's going to be a beautiful day, much like yesterday, so get out and enjoy and stop by Brewbakers downtown Arnold and take advantage of those 25% discounts off merchandise, door prizes, and have yourself a good cup of coffee, a bagel while you're there. They have all sorts of things to shop for there on the shelves as well. And don't forget about the Black Friday sale coming up November 29th. That's from 7:30 a.m. until 8 a.m., 40% off merchandise. Then at 8 a.m. until 9 a.m., 30% off. And then 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. on November 29th will be 25% off. So shop local Saturday, November 30th, which is a day across the United States where we take time to appreciate our local businesses. It's 25% off on November 30th, store-wide, with some exceptions. Black Friday, they have the breakdown for you of different discounts. It's all happening at Brubaker's in Arnold.
Tumbleweeds Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill is officially open. Head to the west side of the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow 7 days a week from 5 to 10 p.m., maybe even later on Broken Bow game nights. Nightly food specials, delicious sports bar food like cheese, cigars, wings, clubhouse flatbreads, burgers, Cracker Jack fries basket, and drinks await you. It's at the Tumbleweeds Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Again, they're open 7 days a week from 5 to 10 p.m. Also on the Tumbleweed side of things, don't forget they're open daily for dine-in from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. They serve daily specials Monday through Friday for lunch, and of course they serve that delicious Sunday buffet. The Wake and Bake Nook is open every Monday through Friday until 6 p.m. Each Monday through Friday from 6 to 11 in the morning, you'll find delicious breakfast items, including burritos, sandwiches, cinnamon rolls, biscuits, and gravy, and more. And visit their Wake and Bake Nook for a nice selection of casseroles to take home and pop in the oven on these chilly winter nights. Also, they're ready to help you host your holiday parties and get-togethers coming up, so stop in or give them a call to check availability at the Tumbleweed Cafe and at Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill.
8:23.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brett.
At Echo Financial in Arnold, they believe that sometimes all you need is someone to help show you the way. It is certainly true with finances and insurance. Whether you're starting in your career or are preparing for the retirement of your dreams, Echo is there to listen, understand, and help guide your financial journey. She invites your questions and offers complimentary consultations for your retirement and legacy planning. Echo Financial offers asset management and financial planning with a heartbeat. Visit echofinancialllc.com or call 308-848-2244 to book your appointment today. Advisory services are offered through Echo Financial LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Nebraska. Insurance products and services are offered through Echo Financial and Echo Pelster Insurance LLC affiliated companies.
Your friends at Gateway Motors, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram are thankful for all their wonderful customers. They invite you in each Monday through Friday this month to register for daily drawings for a frozen turkey voucher to Grocery Cart. Don't forget, Quick Lube is now available. No appointment necessary. Plus, they are the only Nebraska dealer offering forever warranty on vehicles under 100,000 miles at no cost to you. Happy November from Gateway Motors in Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason with Pearson Physical Therapy, where we believe you should always receive the personalized attention you deserve. We use a collaborative approach to work together so we can help you achieve your goals. From post-surgical rehab and sprains and strains to back pain, arthritis, sports injuries, and everything in between. Come talk to us at Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow, 872-5800, or visit our website, pearsonpt.com.
8:25. Rick Nelson will be in about 5 minutes. Yeah, that's where we're at. Outlaw state of mind here on The Breakfast Show. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Authority, just don't want to go with authority today, Rick.
Non-authoritative today.
Okay, let's be.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I know we kind of got started on it today. It's just kind of
Really?
a theme, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, Brent's going to possibly get sued. I'm possibly going to get sued for, calling out on the air that Stuart Fox was breezy. And that was just an accident. It was on, what was it called?
It was World Kindness Day.
World Kindness Day.
Yeah.
And then Brent got himself in a little trouble. So we're just going against authority because we're probably going to get sued.
So you want to break the law? Is that what you want to do?
Well, we want to protect ourselves from lawyers, Rick.
I don't know. We're just kind of feeling rebel today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a cause.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, kind of, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, let's jump in and talk about Custer Public Power. That's what you're here for.
Sometimes, yeah. That's what we're
when
here
we
for.
actually do that.
Sometimes we, break that law, too.
We do divert from that. Let's not do that today because your publication came out just recently for November, December.
Yes.
And I love the photograph on the front of it that people probably have gotten in the mail of an old Chevy pickup, actually a straight truck back in its day with a Christmas tree beside it. And
it's pretty cool.
That's a good-looking picture.
Yep.
And kind of gets us in the mood for, well, the last portion of 2024, Rick. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's the November-December edition of the Custer Currents. Yes, indeed.
So let's start on page 1.
Oh, boy.
This is from the general manager of Custer Public Power, and I don't know if you realized this morning, but that's you.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell me every once in a while.
Usually when there's a decision or something that needs to be done, you're the manager, right?
I have to sign what?
Yeah. Well, let's look back at 2024 to start with, and you wrote a real nice piece here about looking back at 2024 and peeking into the new year.
Right.
And you've had an eventful 2024, and I'm sure you're looking forward to some projects and different things in 2025.
Man, I tell you, so other than what's in the magazine, it really has been eventful because we've done a multitude of things this year. It's a change for the customer, and some it's not. And we've gotten projects done. We've got some new equipment, and we're putting in some underground like we've never done before, and the guys are working hard at it. Just a plethora of things happening in 2024 that it's amazing when you look back and take a look at that. It's how do we get all that done? Kind of a comment, but we're all over the place from south of Mullen doing some work to the Calamus. We're still building some to some subdivisions up there. It's amazing what we got accomplished. So from a technology standpoint, we have in place now the meter reading software that allows us to do more things with more information, and some of that is we're changing the irrigation billing a little bit to better reflect more accurately our cost and the cost that's going into our power supply, and then recouping those costs so that it's not really more transparent. It is for us, but probably not for the customer.
Yeah,
because it's a change, and anytime you throw a change out there, there's I know April's taken lots and lots of phone calls summer and this fall, and then we'll see how that rolls out into 2025. The other thing that was a big change was we're also using our software to estimate new services, and so got a new procedure in place, a new policy on what that looks like, and at the same time we've also brought in something that we've only done with residential, and that is we have some AIL, allowable investment limits, and we're giving dollars back for the investments that the customers are making, whether that's building to a new irrigation well, a new service to a residential, some of that. And so lots of things happen in 2024.
Yeah, and I think we probably need to go back a little further than just last year, because it's a kind of accumulation of changes, technology improvements that you've been doing the last many years.
Oh, yeah.
And so 2024 is like an accumulation of, your change in billing, your digital meters, some of the technologies that you are working on.
Yeah.
And
engineering software.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on there that landed in 2024, probably the same way in 2025.
Yeah. And so you're spot on. That's all cumulative. And it probably started back in 2003 when we started putting out a new radio system that was able to talk back to Broken Bow. And everything has just evolved since then, with the help of, not really the help, but partnering with Consolidated, with Nebraska Central Telephone at the time, now Hamilton, Great Plains. We got fiber out to all of our substations and all of our towers. That allows communication, and then that opens up the door, and it all flows all the way through there. And it's kind of fun to see a vision kind of make it to its not really culmination yet, because there's more coming.
There's more on the way, yeah.
But some of the other so we are collecting more data from our substations than pretty much anybody else in Nebraska, and we're collecting information that I think will allow Custer to operate our system more efficiently in the future. And I think that's the way all power districts will operate going forward. But it's amazing.
Well,
lots of things.
Yeah, and one of the things too is that the investments that you've made in technology and changing things up the way you've always done it, because that's a trap we all get involved in.
Mm-hmm.
You make that investment, and then you are able to have these stable rates that you've had for a number of years now, been very flat, and now there's something you can't control. You can make those investments in digital technology and all the things that we're kind of alluding to, but when you get the poles that get more expensive and the hard equipment that you purchase go up, there's not too much you can do about that, except I think you buy as best you can to supply yourself to absorb some of those. But you're going to have some increases, which will affect the customer, and I think a little bit in 2025.
And that does lead into 2025. So we're looking at increasing our revenue by 3%, and that's going to change some rate schedules, plus or minus 3%. But as you stated, I think our last rate increase was 2018, so that's a pretty good run. We have gone through that period with transformers almost doubling in price, poles. I don't know how wood from the United States goes up dramatically when it's the same trees you're cutting down. But anyway, might have something to do with transportation, might have,
shipping,
lots of other things. But all that material's gone up in the last 3 years, and we have a pretty good inventory right now. Some might say that we're at the largest inventory that we've ever been at by multiple factors. But I also don't really want what happened in 2021, 2022 to happen again, where we don't have any.
Right.
And we're down to robbing Peter to pay Paul to get a transformer in order to energize a service off of, anyway.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of inventory, but it's by design, and I think that some of those increases we've prepaid, so we bought before a lot of the increase happened, but it's still increasing in cost. So that's kind of the precursor to 2025 and the rate increase. MPPD has come out. You've probably seen a press release saying that they have on average a 0% wholesale cost increase. Well, just like some of our customers, what we do affects different customers. And for Custer, we weren't at a 0. We were at just right at 2% or a little bit more increase in wholesale power costs, which represents 65% of our total cost. So that's a little bit harder to absorb as well.
Yeah. So you've been transparent about this. You talked about it last time. There's going to be some increase in 2025. So prepare for that. I did notice in one of our stories on San Luis Express, same situation with Broken Bow Utilities. They're looking, I guess, water and sewer right now is going to go up because they've been absorbing costs for a while. And that's kind of the game we have to play these days.
Yep.
Certainly, materials have went up. I think if we look back, correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, because you follow this much closer than I do, but shipping has so much to do with cost these days. If you look what it costs to ship, a little box of whatever to A to B, and then you take what you guys are shipping and what other people are shipping on large equipment. It's a major uncontrollable cost.
It really is. Yeah. Speaking of shipping, I'm a little concerned what's going to happen with our postal service in 2025. There are some changes coming down the pike that might have a real negative effect on some of the things that we do. I know this is kind of sidetracking from where you were at on shipping, but it's it becomes problematic when we send out notices, and those notices are controlled by state statute from the number of days out and number of days collect, and all that, when the U.S. Postal Service now makes it impossible for that to happen. Now, we're not there yet, but what I've seen 2025, there are some rules or changes coming down to the Postal Service that's going to disrupt that. So we're going to have to make some changes in 25. I don't know what they are yet.
Right.
But it's crazy.
Plus, the other side of that, if they're going to change things up and it's going to slow things down, I think that's what you're saying, and it's going to cost 65 cents per parcel if you're even just doing your billing. I'm old enough to remember 5-cent stamps.
Yeah.
And that kind of shows you the increase in what it costs to do things anymore. But, over a $50 per envelope to mail out a bill is getting prohibitive. And on the other hand, I'm one of those people. I don't want an email bill, but that's really where we're headed because it's more cost efficient. But I don't pay my bills as quickly as well when I get emails as I do when I get a letter in the mail.
Right.
So we are going to have to make some adjustments that we don't particularly care for. That's what I think you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
We're already to the point we send a bill to somebody south of Mullen, and for crying out loud, it takes 7-8 days for it to get there.
Yeah.
And it takes 7 or 8 days for it to get back.
Yeah, it's
painful.
Yeah, painful is a good word for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's switch gears here, if you don't mind. We talk about this every season, every year. We're going into the winter months. Knock on wood, we've had such a wonderful fall.
Yes.
It's 60 some degrees yesterday. Looked like we're going to have a day like that today. But we all know somewhere down the road, we're going to have a snowstorm. We're going to have some situations where we might lose some power. You guys prepare for that. And there are people out there who are prepared for it. They might have a generator online ready to go.
Yep.
And then when you get a storm that we aren't prepared for, out come the generators and get installed in a hurry. And I think that's what you're addressing here.
So, that second part is if you're going to install or you want to prepare to install a generator, do that now, not when the storm hits. And so if you got a generator, certainly make sure that you get a double throw installed so that we're operating with the assumption that you have connected that correctly. There's nothing worse than our guys going out on the line and we test it because it's laying on the ground, and we find out that it's energized because somebody has a generator hooked up on their 120 volt side that feeds back through our transformer and onto the line at 7,200 volts. That transformer on top of your pole can either go up or it can go down. And if you're putting 120 in and don't have that double throw, don't have the safety mechanisms in place, then you're pumping 7,200 volts back out on the line. And that is what we don't want at all.
At all.
Period.
All right. So if you have questions, I'm sure they can talk to you guys, but you also have a website, safeelectricity.org, which they can go to and sit down and study it before they hook one up.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that same website has a multitude of other safety precautions you can take.
Okay.
We like that. We like that resource. That resource has been there for a while for us, and every once in a while we'll put something in the magazine. But don't forget that website, because it's if you ever have a question about electrical safety, they've got it there.
Okay. All right. Gosh, we're eating up the clock here, Rick. I wanted to get through what your publication this time around had in it, and one of those is we talk to banks all the time. We have banks come in, and they warn people about all the different scamming that's going on and all the time and money spent trying to protect their customers. And I know you want to do the same thing and are doing the same thing, but what these people out there come up with to try to scam us, and I guess the easy way to do it is call up Brent Apperson and say, Brent, you're past due on your electric bill, and if you don't pay by the end of the week, we're going to shut you off. So here's where you send the money. And that's an obvious one that's being used a lot. And unfortunately, it still works.
Not only that, but if you don't get us money by the end of today, we're going to shut you off.
Yeah.
If you don't go out and get money right now, we're going to shut you off. Give me your credit card right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's if you ever have that happen, my advice is to hang up and call the office.
Okay.
That's probably the simplest thing to do if because we will call up and we will talk to you, and if you have a question about the authenticity of that phone call, then call back.
Hang up, call back.
Call our number. Yep.
Okay.
April is probably sitting by, and Angie's probably sitting by the radio right now, giving me 2 or 3 other things I should be telling you to do. But simply, that's that's the easiest thing to do. It drives me nuts. Probably get 100 emails a day asking for this, that, or the other thing, and your login's not there. Certainly watch out for those as well. But if you get a phone call demanding payment, certainly if that doesn't feel right, if it's not Angie or Shelley, you need to kind of guard against that.
Guard against. I noticed in the article here, I thought it was an interesting note that some scammers may falsely claim that you've been overcharged on your bill. Sometimes they don't call and say, they don't say that you owe the money and you're past due. They actually approach you with, you've been overcharged. We need to correct that.
So give me your bank information so we can
that we can refund you.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways, but best rule of thumb, these folks at Custer Public Power, just call and say, I just got a call. Did you guys just call me? Answer will probably be no, but if they did, then they'll continue on with the conversation, right?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, with Thanksgiving being the 28th, which is so late, it seems so late in the month of November.
Late.
We're going to blink our eyes, go through that weekend, and it's going to be Christmas everywhere.
Everywhere.
And we're going to be going and getting trees, or maybe even before that, getting trees, putting up our decorations. I talked to somebody yesterday because it was 60-plus degrees and the wind wasn't blowing. They were putting their Christmas lights
perfect
up.
is that?
Yeah.
Right?
I said, that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's probably not a lot of the old lights left out there that they're stringing on houses, and I guess the obvious point is why would there be? Because it costs so much more to run them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the safety side of it is huge compared to the traditional incandescent bulb to the LEDs now.
Right. So how long have we been talking about LEDs?
Oh, Rick.
And it's
a long time.
So from a Christmas light perspective, you can even buy LEDs today that look like the old incandescents.
Right.
And so if you like that look, you can put that look back up, but with an LED. It takes a fraction of the power to run the LED compared to the other ones. There's not a lot of heat generated. There's not a lot of usage. We worry about extension cords underneath of rugs because you don't want to walk over it, and so there's a multitude of things to still watch out for because we still don't like that. But with LEDs, it's taking some of that worry away, but not all of it. But it's amazing. We'll still get phone calls in January, February, wondering why in the world their electric bill is so high. And it's pretty easy to see that, the day after Thanksgiving, your electric bill started going up.
Yeah.
Probably because you started putting lights up.
Yeah. Also, I'm transform here a little bit over to, I know one of your main worries, I think, in the wintertime is not only Christmas lights. That's getting better because of but heaters. Floor heaters, portable heaters, extension cords with heaters that get hot.
So that heater is nothing more than a hairdryer. And so if your hairdryer is 1,500 watts, that heater's probably 1,500 watts. And you know what happens with a hairdryer when it gets hot. You can hardly set it down anywhere. Well, that's your heater. It's the equivalent of turning on your hairdryer and letting it lay there and blow for how many ever hours. for every hour, that's 1.5 kilowatt hours. And so that adds up in a hurry. So in a day, that's what, 36 kilowatt hours times 30? That's a lot of kilowatt hours at the end of the month.
For month period, yeah.
Yeah. And so if you're running that electric heater, do it sparingly, do it if you need to take the chill off the air, just run it a little bit and then but don't find a different solution than having to have it on all the time.
All the time. And make sure, I would imagine, a good thermostat with that heater is very important so that it does shut off when the room warms up.
Right.
Just keep running.
Right. Yeah. The other thing to look out for is on your furnace, especially if you have propane or natural gas, a programmable thermostat will help you save quite a bit. I know we've talked about that for many, many years, and I remember one time we got a phone call, well, if you're heating up at the end of the day so that it's warm by the time you get there, don't you have to heat up all the couch and all the other stuff in there? Well, that's a small part of that heating process. So, that's the fun of doing these radio shows for however many years.
We have a lot of history.
I remember the questions that come in afterwards.
Yeah.
But.
Well, and which is better to, like you say, leave your house cool while you're gone, or leave it heated up so you don't have to heat it up when you get back. All those questions. But the main thing is safety, be consistent. And with heaters, most people out there may have a heater one time or another, or have one now, which is fine. I feel okay with one if you're in the house and you're there. I'm not real crazy about walking out the door and leaving one running. So
I got to confess, I have a heater underneath my desk in my office.
Yeah, it feels good.
That I got to turn on to get the glass warm on top of my desk. So I'm not immune to that. I get it, but I know the consequences and so on and so forth.
Be careful.
So here's a question for you, Dave.
Yes.
What do we have in there for a recipe?
Oh my goodness,
that's the one that
we're going to conclude with: green chili pork stew.
Oh boy,
that sounds delicious. The recipe is here. The directions are here. The picture makes you hungry when you look at it.
Yeah, that almost makes your belly warm thinking about that sitting in there.
Now, I think the one that catches your eye here is 2 medium peppers, and jalapeno peppers are included in this. How much you use the jalapeno is up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, absolutely.
And then over on the other side, that makes you think of the holidays and Christmas, butter toffee pretzels. And there's a picture there, Brent. Looks pretty good.
What do you think, Brent?
Yes, I would try them.
Now, last but not least, courtesy of the Easy Budget Recipes, and there's a website you can look at here, peppermint cheesecake dip.
Wait, what?
Peppermint cheesecake dip.
Dip.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can see it there. It doesn't really look like a dip.
No, it doesn't, does it?
It's all there. It's got dark chocolate in it, and chocolate chips and candy canes. And
are you dipping the toffee pretzels in there? Or?
I don't know, Rick.
For me, it'd just be a spoon.
Spoon.
Sounds like to me.
Spooning it in.
Has cream cheese in it. It looks delicious. Chocolate-covered pretzels, chocolate graham crackers for serving, it says.
Well, there you go.
So that's all in your magazine as well. And this is online, right?
It absolutely is online, yep.
All right. Now, real quick, you went to Washington, D.C. for a meeting. What was the purpose for that meeting, Rick?
So we had, from a statewide perspective, Nebraska Rural Electric Association, we had a fall fly-in. Unfortunately, the only dates that worked out for us were after the election. So 2 days ago was our fly-in on Wednesday. And so For us, it was just to make contact with the elected officials, and if we could have done it in October, we would have, but being an election year, nobody was in D.C. anyway in October. But it's just a good check-in. We primarily met with staff at all the offices just because of what's happening post-election with leadership. And so, but we had a very good conversation with all the staffers. Some were new, so we took a little bit extra time, kind of explaining public power and our role and but we went with a couple of messages. The direct pay, well, I won't get into that. Primarily, we're looking at regulations and permitting. We've been trying to build, NPPD's been trying to build the R project for 12 years now. And having a shot clock on some of that permitting would have cut down a 2 or 3 year process that starts over every time something new pops up. But that was one aspect of it. We're still having some shortages in our supply chain, so we had a little conversation about that. If the transformers we put up on the poles are better, but if we need to change a substation transformer and you want it built in the United States, well, that's a 3-year process. And so you got to, while we plan ahead, that's planning ahead a long ways.
Yeah.
And where it used to be $200,000 or $300,000 for this transformer, now it's over $1 million.
Wow.
And it's crazy.
It's kind of like the postage stamp, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Do you remember buying penny stamps because you needed to add a little bit more?
Right, yeah. I hate to admit it, but I think I almost remember 3-cent stamps, but I definitely remember 5 cents.
Yeah, 5-cent stamps, yeah.
But, so they talk about, do you guys talk about labor law with the folks when you go to D.C., or is that something you visit about?
Pertaining to what? No, not usually.
Not usually? Okay.
No.
I'd want to pick your brain a little bit because I'm a little confused with what they're doing to small businesses with labor law changes going into effect January 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're at on that, especially now, as you say.
On the federal level?
Yeah, federal and,
Yikes.
federal level. I don't know whether the election will change any of that. It's kind of like where you're at. You got to kind of see things reset, hopefully.
Yeah, well, after the election, all the balls just got tossed into the air and nobody's caught one yet. So we'll see what happens.
They're still up, bouncing around. All right.
Bouncing around.
Yeah, well, let us know when they come down, would you?
Boy.
All right, Rick, thanks so much.
You bet.
Custer Public Power, publicly owned.
Yes.
And I'm sure that that's something that we all appreciate. I hopefully appreciate that enough, watching other things across the country. So thanks, Rick. We enjoy having you in.
Yeah, great to be here.
We'll take a news break.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President-elect Trump's transition team is defending his choice for defense secretary. Officials on the West Coast confirm the Fox News host was investigated for alleged sexual assault in 2017. CBS's Wendy Gillette.
It allegedly happened at a Hyatt hotel in Monterey, California, according to the city. No charges were ever filed, though the police report mentioned injuries, including contusions and right thigh.
More pushback from the medical community over Mr. Trump's selection of RFK Jr. for health secretary and his opposition to vaccines and fluoridated water. Harvard Kennedy School fellow Sarah Madad.
To have his name as a potential nominee is, very dangerous and certainly a dark moment in public health for us all.
GM planning layoffs. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
GM's cutting about 1,000 workers, most in the U.S., many at their technical center in suburban Detroit. The company says they need to optimize for speed and excellence.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monty Bolaños.
It was a good Thursday night for the Philadelphia Eagles and Saquon Barkley.
Hurts under center. He goes with a pitch to Barkley. Barkley across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Goodbye!
And goodbye was right. You heard it all on the Eagles radio network. They hand the Commanders their second straight loss, coming out on top 26-18. Saquon Barkley had 26 carries for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Philadelphia improves to 8-2 and are now in first place of the NFC East by 1.5 games. In the NBA, one game on Thursday night, and it was the Jazz who edged the Mavs 115-113 in Utah. John Collins led the way with 28 points and 9 rebounds. Luka Doncic dropped 37 in a losing effort. On the ice, Connor McDavid became the 4th fastest NHL player to reach 1,000 points, scoring early in the second period of the Edmonton Oilers' 3-2 overtime victory over the Predators on Thursday night.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 60 today, under partly cloudy skies. Southeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, 39. High temperatures reach up to 62. Tomorrow, mainly sunny. Cooler Sunday and Monday with highs from the mid-40s to the mid-50s. Rain showers likely Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
907, 31 degrees. We've warmed up from an overnight low of 22 to 31 under a sunny sky. Winds are light out of the northeast. Good to have you folks along here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent Apperson with me. He's all excited if you're just tuning in. He can't take his mind off sports most of the time anyway, but on days like today, he is jacked.
Yeah, going to be a great day. We're going to be in Sumner for you later today as SEM will be hosting Garden County in the state football semifinals for 6-man football. The winner, of course, will advance out and play for the state championship next week, which will be played at Cope Stadium on the campus of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. So we'll have the game for you coming up later today on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. Kickoff for the game is 5 o'clock, and you can hear it live right here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Brent, we're kind of at a point here. Hopefully there'll be a game in Kearney that SEM will be involved in, the state game. But we're kind of going to be in between sports now. Very, very soon, everything will be concluded for the fall sports. We'll be moving into winter sports. What do you think about our sponsors that we've had this fall for our games of coverage, both on the video and audio level?
Well, I mean, listen, we can't do it without them. So, yeah, big thank you to all of the amazing sponsors from all across our coverage area that support what we do in the coverage of games. As you mentioned, it's not even just radio anymore. We're doing live video streams accompanied by our radio call, and none of that is possible without the great support of our area businesses. So we can't thank them enough. That's why we're able to do what we do and go out and do what we're able to do. It's all because of them, so we appreciate it very much.
9:09, we've been breaking the law today as best we can on the radio. We try to, get along with everybody, but today we just feel like
sometimes you just want to be a rebel,
right?
I
just want to be a rebel. So here we go.
If your fence suffered due to an unfortunate wildfire, go with Rapid Fence. Call 308-223-1320. That's 223-1320 for Rapid Fence. Or find them on Facebook by searching Rapid Fence.
Heading into winter, there's always a long list of chores to do on the farm. Get more work done to prepare for the cold days ahead with a Polaris. Agland ATV is fully stocked with a wide variety of models to choose from, and you'll definitely want a cabin heater to keep you warm. If you've had a breakdown or need some service, the mechanics will keep you rolling. Get ready for winter with a Polaris from Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and drive.
Husker football is back, and we have coverage of each and every Husker game day for you right here on the Thunderbird, 95.3 FM in Broken Bow. Hi, I'm Greg Sharp, voice of the Huskers, and this is the place where you are going to find whatever you want to know about Husker football. Follow all the hard-hitting action as well as reaction from players, coaches, and fans right here on the Thunderbird.
The Huskers take on USC Saturday afternoon. The game will be broadcast on KBBN 95.3 FM with coverage on the Huskers radio network beginning at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
9:14. Got a little time here on the show to talk about some more things here with you. Important things such as job openings, and we have one here at Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. It is for a family outreach case manager in the Loop City area, and it starts at $16.50 to $18.25 an hour, depending on qualifications, with an excellent benefit package. And qualifications include education and or experience and the desire to help people attain goals. You would be working with people to secure permanent housing, budget money, set goals, overcome crisis situations, and find the right resources. If you would like an application, contact CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780, extension 105. This position will remain open until filled. This job listing you'll find on Sandhills Express employment page for more details.
Maybe you have some friends coming over to watch the game this weekend, and you're thinking, you know what, we need to pick up some refreshment so that we're ready. Whiskey Barrel's a great place to go to pick up all your refreshment needs.
They are, and you'll get a great conversation in while you're there. If there's not a line at the counter, otherwise you have to kind of scoot on through. But if you're kind of there and it's not real busy, you'll find yourself having a good conversation with Stan or one of his great staff members there. And please remember with the folks at Whiskey Barrel, they do want you to abide by all the laws for your safety and others. So be sure and expect that if you're, not looking like yours truly, I don't get carded too often anymore, but if you're any questions at all of your age, you're going to get carded at the Whiskey Barrel because they want to make sure everybody is legal, and they do ask that you do not drink and drive and do not open that container that you purchase until you get to a location where you can sit down and enjoy yourself and somebody's company. But that's kind of what they ask you to do when you go to the Whiskey Barrel. They're open 7 days a week. They'd love to have you stop in anytime. Of course, the holidays are coming up. A lot of times people like to buy a little bit of red or white wine to go with that turkey dinner and make a toast. It really does go nicely with foods, and they can help you with that. And they also, of course, have bubbly and champagne for special occasions and that sort of thing. All sorts of spirits, but all priced fairly. They don't have any specials, glitzy specials to try to get you in the door. You'll just go in the door because you know you're paying a fair price at the Whiskey Barrel out on East Highway 2, right across from Gateway Motors, right between Subway and Vet Care. Stop and see them soon. All right, a couple things here I wanted to hit real quick here, Brent. A blood drive coming up on Monday at Melham Medical Center from 8:30 until 2 p.m., so you can make your blood donation there. Also, this coming Monday, Operation Christmas Child Pickup and Drop-Off at the Broken Bow E-Free Church from 3 until 6 p.m. Then on Tuesday of next week, there is a blood drive at the Arcadia Community Center from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Yeah. Coming up this weekend, you might not want to cook. Who does? So Pizza Hut ready to serve you and take care of you. Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, ready for dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Contact them now and have everything set up for you for the weekend. Try the Hut Box starting at $6.99, personal pan or a melt with fries or wings. One of the things that they feature now at the Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. Always looking for some great people to join their team, so stop in and pick up an application. Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, East Highway 2.
Well, 'tis the season, but it's the season year-round for Lily Kate Boutique here in Broken Bow. And you can shop right here in Custer County in Broken Bow at the boutique. They're open from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Right now they got a really cool discount package going on. Stop in and spin the wheel for entire purchase discount. So come on in and spin that wheel with your purchase and see what discount you get. Cocoa Bombs by Ella and Jack's Home Bakery will be available. And free gift wrapping also will be offered at Lily Kate's. Refreshments and beverages, including cookies from the Cookie Farm. Oh, my goodness. They're so good.
They are.
And that is today. The open house is today at Lily Kate Boutique in Broken Bow. So stop in today throughout the day, starting at 10 a.m. until 6. You can spin the wheel with your purchase, get a discount. Cocoa Bombs by Ella and Jack's Home Bakery, delicious. Free gift wrapping, refreshments and beverages, including those cookies from the Cookie Farm. The open house today at Lily Kate Boutique in Broken Bow, Nebraska. All right. We'll take a time out. We'll be back right after these words.
With hunting season upon us, it's important to remember these tips and more that will keep you and others safe. Always carry a first aid kit and carry a spare set of dry clothing, using layering techniques to prevent moisture while retaining body warmth. Avoid wearing white or tan during deer season. Wear hunter orange or another highly visible color. These tips were brought to you by the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow. Visit them on East Highway 2.
It's the season to be thankful. And at Nebraska State Bank, they are truly thankful to all of their customers, employees, and the community. They see it as a great pleasure to work with amazing customers that also call this corner of the globe that we live in their home. Nebraska State Bank appreciates the trust you place in them, and they consider it an honor to serve you. With 2 locations in Broken Bow, 1 in Callaway and 1 in Myrna, thankful to serve Central Nebraska. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
The Callaway Market loves their amazing customers because their customers shop local with them. Lawrence and his staff would love to see you shopping up and down their aisles full of what you need for your holiday meals. When there, stop by the quality meat counter, plus the bountiful and gorgeous produce section. If you're not signed up already, ask about the rewards program, which allows them to give dollars back to the community. Open 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday, Sundays 11 to 5. The Callaway Market thanks you for shopping local. 9:21. Forgot to mention birthdays. If you're having a birthday today, happy birthday to you here on this 15th day of the month of November 2024. You are celebrating with Chad Kroger, frontman and lead vocalist for the rock band Nickelback. And back in the day, Petula Clark. She's 92 today.
Wow.
Chad is 50, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you probably don't remember Petula, do you?
I recognize the name.
Yeah. She was, as I remember, I hope I'm right on this, but, you know, that was kind of when the British invasion was going on, and you had all of these new voices and bands and groups and so forth. And she came along and kind of represented that British invasion feel, but she was a little older. I think she was, you know, a little bit older than a lot of the musicians that were coming up at that time. So she's 92 today, but she had a big splash. She made a big splash. Do you want to hear her?
Sure, yeah.
I'll see if I can find a little Petula music for you.
Okay.
And if I'm a little out of sorts today, I apologize, folks. When I was looking at social media and looking at Z and reading the conversation with Stuart Fox and others with possible lawsuit towards yours truly and Custer County Broadcasting Company. And, of course, your problems you're having with Ed Schaaf and others. I happened to run onto a picture of Barbara Eden.
Jeannie.
Yeah.
I dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, and I really haven't been quite the same since I saw. I looked at that picture.
You still dream of Jeannie, don't you, Dave?
Well, I have her book right beside my bed. You know that.
Barbara Eden has to be how old? Is she like, would she be around
I don't
90?
think she'd be in her 90s, but, well, actually, there was a photo of her and Carol Burnett I saw a while back because they look great for their age.
Yeah.
And they had a picture of them. And so, yeah, they're probably, right up there. Oh, here goes the Google.
I got to Google.
You Google, and I'll see if I can
okay.
Get up a little petulia for you.